on the Guild Wars 2 channel or if you've joined us anywhere else. I am Jebro. I am a shoutcaster for Guild Wars 2. I like to know that I know what I'm talking about most of the time, but I am not the man who's going to be making, meta builds for the PvP scene or the PvE scene or any scene. I'm just going to be talking about them and casting them. But I am joined by special guest Argi from Vermillion, who's I wouldn't even say up and coming top team, because I think you guys are probably one of the top teams in EU, right?
Think so.
You can't, maybe you can't agree with that, I suppose.
Well, I'll just stay humble. Like, I think our team is doing really good by the time we have actually played together. So I think everyone can expect a lot from us soon.
Oh, awesome! Wow, I have literally a female fox fighting outside my window, and if you know what a female fox sounds like, then you know what I'm talking about. Yes, I agree with you, man. I think you guys are doing great at the moment, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in Heart of Thorns. I think we all are, in terms of, what builds are going to come out, the specializations. We've got so much. We've got Revenant, completely new thing coming in, which is just going to blow everything apart. But we're talking about the Engineer Elite specialization, and that's going to be the Scrapper. First of all, we're going to talk about the NG changes. So this is the post-beta weekend free Scrapper changes. Did I link this to you? I'm not sure if I did. Argy?
Sorry?
Did you get... Have you got this?
Sorry.
You got the
Yeah.
changes, that's all right.
Yeah, I got it.
What were the big... Because there's a lot of changes in here. Were there any specific changes here that you really thought were quite... were going to benefit the class quite highly?
Yes, first point, the gyros. I think the function gyro is really good. The concept is really nice, but it had really pathing problems and stomping problems, and it wouldn't just work. And I think they fixed most of these problems according to this post, and they also buffed it a bit and made it more active than being a burden. For example, they reduced the cooldown from 30 seconds to 20.
That's
and
right.
Also increased the range to 900. Makes it more versatile to use.
I mean, so with function gyro, how you say it's quite a cool thing to have. Why do you think it's I mean, I know why I think it's good for my point of view, but what, in terms of your competitive PvP, what is the main use of this function gyro? Why is it so good?
There are many uses to this, of course. One being, for example, let's say you have your ally down and there's also an enemy down. So before you had to worry, sorry. Do I cleave? Do I cleave or do I rest my teammate? Because if the guy goes down, of course, my teammate rallies. But if my teammate dies, the enemy rallies. So now I don't have to think about this problem because I can just both at the same time. Yeah.
We're probably both laughing at the same thing. I've got to say, Elsev, I love you, man. You do make me crack up. You're right. One thing that's really, really good that I like with the function gyro, especially if you're going for a down and you've got someone who has only single target interrupts to stop you from downing. If you both go for the down with your gyro, then there is no way that they can interrupt you. Because one of either you're going to get it or the gyro is going to get it, So things like, a necro single target fear, another engineer, knock pullback, anything that is single target wise, there's no way that they can get out of it, especially if you go with that stability with the gyro as well. There's even added stability, so you can definitely down. Whether or not you're going to go for that in the end in PvP, is another thing, but it's still kind of fun, So having a look down here, rocket charge was something which got changed as well. The leap got alternated as well to rocket charge, so will no longer leap about once you've reached your target, instead leaping ensuring that the gap remains closed and your leaps are more closely synchronized. The leap finishes from this ability now happen at the start of each jump like other leap finishes. Also smacked the bug of this ability being affected by movement speed. So yeah, so now the leap finishes on the actual, jump out, which is, a lot better because that makes sense.
Amazing.
Make it the same. And that was really kind of, the third skill when you're jumping around, you've kind of got to your target. Sometimes you just randomly leap off in another direction. So that's quite good that they've kind of brought that up and they've actually been able to change that. So that's good. Oh yeah, shock shield. That's right. That was a good change as well. So now starts blocking immediately. Yeah. Why do you like this skill?
The thing is, the thing I like about hammer is it replaces toolkit completely,
Okay.
but to an extent because you still don't have the magnet, but it's really offensive, defensive weapon if that makes sense because you can put out damage while at the same time you defend yourself. So the problem with shock shield was that the animation wouldn't correlate to the actual effects. But I guess the changes are really good now because now it rewards better reactions.
Yeah, it says the skill now starts you blocking immediately upon and will cease blocking the moment the skill effect ends, hopefully giving you better control and sense of block time. So you've got more awareness of how you're actually blocking and when you're actually blocking, which makes sense. And that's really important. What I like about the hammer as a personal thing, especially I played Marauder builds, right? Just because I wanted to just jump in and do smash a guy in the face with my hammer. That's pretty much what I wanted to do for fun. That's what you do with builds. Well, personally, at the beginning, I just jump in and go for the most damage-orientated thing. And I really liked the vulnerability stacking from the fourth skill. I loved that so much. It was so good. I can bring up the build editor actually and just quickly go over that. So there you go. You can see that with the shock shields, that magnetized, that block as well, which is obviously what we were just talking about. But the vulnerability, that 10 stack, kind of channeled over like 5 seconds. Do you think that's quite a good ability to have, that vulnerability stack with that block?
Yes, that's.
Is there any kind of really good situations that you could think of in PvP that would be extremely useful?
Not really, to be honest. It's a nice thing to have, but you can't really like burst the target down with block or something. It's good for. I guess it can be nice for cleaving. For example, if they want to interrupt your. If you just need to cleave and the guy is, for example, trying to interrupt you, I guess it can be useful there. But I don't really see much usage out of there.
Okay. It's pretty crazy though, because if you stack, you got shock shield, then you've got throw wrench if you've got toolkit, which you said you might not use if you've got the hammer. And you've got the vulnerability coming from grenade barrage, and you're obviously getting the extra vulnerability from explosives. Then you've already got, a ton of vulnerability. Okay, you're not always going to hit, the 10, 12, and then, the 5 extra from this. So you never know. 6, sorry. If you get everything, you've got a ton of extra vulnerability. You still get the extra from the explosions and even, the hits from the hammer as well, just passively if you're doing some regular passive damage, I suppose. So even if you're running like Celestial build, you could I guess you can build up quite a lot of vulnerability over time and do quite a lot of damage. Do you think this will be run with Celestial at all?
There's a build which run personally I run as a soldier because I don't really see much usage of
that's right,
of condition damage because the trait lines just don't allow it for it to be
okay. Which one was you sent me a couple of builds. Do you want to talk about the soldier bunker build?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that was the second one you sent me.
Second one? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'll just jump on that quickly.
So basically, this is like the old soldier bunker build, but the change is being scrappers replacing inventions, and pack runes are being replaced by vamp because vamp is getting changed.
That's true. So, the vamp rune, in case you're tuning in and you don't know what we're talking about, vamp rune is now gone to an AoE lifesteal and it's now not going to be mist form, vapor form, sorry, which is on the scale of 1 to 10, how good is that, Argi?
It's good.
It's pretty good.
It's good. But like, let's face it, it just doesn't reward. It just rewards bad play, to be honest. Because if you have good play, you're able to one-shot an enemy, but you don't get reward out of it because people that can't avoid a one-shot get rewarded by having this rune, which is actually really bad for the game, in my opinion. There's also another rune, which is called Rune of the Swanir.
Yeah, with the ice block.
Yes, which has a similar effect, but it's
At
not as
least-
good as the vamp form.
Yeah, it's true. Because you're stuck in place, right? So you can't you can't go for a portal. You know, you have to. I'm not sure actually. Can you plant a portal underneath the player and they can go for? I don't actually know if that works. I've never actually.
Pretty sure you can.
I'm pretty sure you could.
You can still use instant cast stuff while you're in the ice block. You can use, for example, in LA, you can still change the water. You can use your cleansing fire. You can use your teleport. But to an extent, it's better, but also it's buggier because it doesn't work if you have stability, for example.
Ah, right. Okay. Fair
like it will go on CD, but it won't actually invuln you.
Oh, right. Okay. That's interesting. So it's subject to what your currently effects are on you. Whether or not that's intended is another thing.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about your build here that we've got up? This is Argi's Soldier's build here. He's gone for Soldier's Amulet, Rune of the Pack. He's also gone for Sigil of Energy and Sigil of Intelligence. He has gone with the rifle here in this build. But do you want to talk about maybe why you're going for most of this stuff? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know why you're going for alchemy and explosives and whatnot.
As you can see in Scrapper, there's a trait called Rapid Generation. It's the second trait.
That's right.
And the pack runes are there because you get swiftness duration, and you get precision, which you lack in Soldier's Amulet, which means that if you get your swiftness, for example, from your Elixir B proc and from your pack proc, you actually get 105 heal per second, which will replace your backpack regen in the long run. So another good thing here is because Vamp is out of the game, well, not out of the game, but changed, you can take self-regulating defenses now, which means that, well, yeah, not a passive proc, but it will basically save you if you get pinned down. It's not as strong as Vamp though, because this doesn't go through more form, which means if you are transformed, this trait gets skipped.
Okay.
So there's actually some counterplay to it, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I've always self-regulated defenses, even like in a soldier's build. I mean, it's so good with the amount of burst, and there's going to be even more burst around. Like you say, without Vamp Rune procking now, that's going to be one of your most survivable traits. I mean, backpack regenerators still doesn't feel like something that you would use in a very well, maybe in a tanky build. I think Zan uses it sometimes, backpack regenerator.
Yeah, but backpack regen, you can only take it if you have Vamp Runes.
Yeah.
If you don't have Vamp Runes, you just gotta go for it.
That makes complete sense as well, yeah. I can't remember which... he must have run Vamp then.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, he must have. Would you use backpack regenerator with Celestial, for example? Would you think about doing that?
I want, to be honest, because you really can't give up the inborn. It's really... The thing is, in NG, it's really easy to pin down. That's that part.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed completely. I don't really run anything without this at the moment, other than some... I think I was stacking, like backpack regenerator with rapid regeneration and also the shocking speed with like permanent regeneration of... I can't remember what I got it up to, but it was ridiculous. And it was just like, it was almost like being in Elixir S, just because I had so much passive healing coming through just by having, tools and getting an effect from, say, that's it, toolkit, and getting super speed and having slick shoes as well, and getting the super speed from the tool belt skill. I've just always had regen. And I really, really like that as a combination, like shocking speed with rapid regeneration. But I think that there's so many good traits in Scrapper that it's likely... I mean, how likely do you think it's going to be used? I'm sorry, guys, as well, if you've tuned in and you want to hear about PvE and stuff, because I'm not really sure about that and where Scrapper's going to fit in. I'm not sure if it will. But how do you think Scrapper's going to fit in with maybe like the meta for Engineer in PvP?
I see it being used in every role, to be honest,
Okay.
because the traits are just amazing. For example, recovery matrix. Here's the thing. It actually procs double on healing turret, which means you have 12 seconds of protection. It's almost 100% uptime protection with together with protection injection.
Yes.
You could also go for invigorating speed because you have so many swiftness procs. But protection injection is always good for a coordinated burst. It just helps you survive there and here. Also the really cool part, which I think is kind of too broken, adaptive armor.
I literally just moused over that when you said it, because I was thinking that. I was thinking exactly the same thing. How good is this for engineers, man?
Could we go to my Marauder build? I would like to talk about that together with the trait.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right, that's good.
When I made my Marauder build, I was like, I'm having that trait, because I am just going to be so much better with this. It's going to be unbelievable. Okay, so let me just try and find this Marauder build. Is it the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay. Alrighty.
You got it open?
I'm about to do that, indeed. Ta-da! Yep, there it is. Aegon Centaur. Sick. Okay, makes sense. That rune is so good.
Yeah.
If you've not got available swiftness. Yeah, that's true.
So here's the cool part. Marauder amulet, as you can see, but it gives 560 vitality, 560 ferocity, which is on par with Celestial. But you don't get any toughness from it, right?
Yep. So
here's where your trait comes in. You're as tanky as a Celestial guy, but do as much damage as a Marauder guy. It's actually fucking insane. Sorry for my language.
No, you're fine. You're all good. We're on my channel. People, I don't know why I said you shouldn't try not to swear too much, but I do sometimes swear on the Guild Wars 2 channel. Just don't do it during casts. That would be unprofessional. But I really like this trait. This is the point. The stacked toughness and that reduction in 20%, is so important because we don't have that much Condi removal. And this Scrapper line is all about, that bruiser kind of mentality of what the Scrapper should be, close range, potentially, Argi's gone with rifle here again, of course, but it's all about, that close range with the Scrapper and defensive, survivability. This is what this line is about. Maybe you get some extra damage coming out from like perfectly weighted, and you get some might stacking from mass momentum as well, and extra power, but still most of these traits are survival. Expert examination is quite a good one, but I really like this build that you have here. This is really cool. What was the choice? Why did you go for the sneak gyro? If you don't mind me asking.
Here's the cool thing. As you can see, the F5, the 6-second reveal on 900 radius.
Yep.
It's just over the top.
It's amazing.
I can't even start where, like, it's just amazing. Like, it will change everything, to be honest.
I really thought that as for when they were announcing the traits, I was immediately thinking, if you come out the gate and you use that ability, immediately you know where they're crossing.
Yes.
Or at least when they're going up the side, and you can appear around the side and you can just completely unstealth them. They're all gathering up to just engage someone, and you've got them all together, really, really close quarters as well, and you can just run in there with your stealth yourself unless they're using that.
I'm not sure if it's dodgeable though, because it's the same animation as Mass Invis. I didn't try it out actually, because I would actually like to see some counterplay to this. It actually seems too strong, but if it's dodgeable, I think it's totally fine.
The cooldown is 20 seconds.
Yeah,
that's quite short as well.
Really short.
I mean, the thing that is maybe that what you're giving up for that you're giving up for this kind of AoE stealth reveal is the fact that, you know, Rampage and Marauder would be quite good. But like you said, the power that comes out from Detection Pulse is just amazing. But Sneak Gyro, is that something you would use potentially for maybe downing or helping someone to res maybe on the edge of this kind of stealth field? Because you do have stealth when you come out of it, not for very long. But, you know, it still could be quite useful.
Here's the cool thing about a Sneak Gyro. It's instant cast. For example, the problem you have with Elixir S stealth right now is it's not instant cast. You gotta throw it. It's unblockable. It's not reliable. Here's the problem. Right. But with Sneak Gyro, that's instant cast. It just instantly sells you, and you can just go away. And you can also detonate it, which means that you can deal like 3k damage at the same time you stun them. That's actually really strong.
That's true. Okay, so with Sneak Gyro self-destruct.
Also, I hope they fix this, but if you attack the gyro, like you see, for example, you're an enemy, the enemy's playing Scrapper. Yeah, like it just paths on the enemy, like it's really stupid. It doesn't even have to attack on them, it just follows, looks at them.
I think there's something about that in the changes, actually. That they're saying if they get attacked, they're not going to run after them. Because that's what I found as well when I popped up the stealth gyro. It was kind of, it didn't even get attacked. It was just legging it towards the enemies. And I was like, dude, come back. You're meant to be stealthing me, not them, man.
yeah. That's really funny.
It was pretty good.
Also, what makes this build stronger than the Marauder NG build, actually, you have sustain now with the swiftness regen thing. And also you actually have a stun break now. For example, Elixir S, it was a good invuln, but it was also your only stun break. But you also had like your passive stun break, but they're not that reliable. Like, but right now with this slick shoot thingy, you just have a stun break, which makes it changes everything already. You can actually get out of sticky positions.
Sticky situations.
Yeah, because of this. Yeah.
That's true. There's no, like, you know, pardon me, other than the Elixir S proc from the traits, there's no elixirs here. So with, say, HGH, because you got HGH there, would you use that still? Can you explain the reason why you would still use that in this build? Or would you think about changing it?
Mainly because of self-recruiting defense.
Yes. Okay.
It's more frequent proc. It just helps you. Just makes it more. How to say?
More available.
More available, yes.
Yeah. Good. Okie dokie. So I'm asking questions, guys, because I'm assuming that you're thinking about these questions yourself.
Also, what I want to say is that people like Hammer, but honestly, it's a good weapon.
Yeah.
But it just can't replace Rifle in this in the role of I'm thinking about. Like right now, your main damage is just auto attacking, like your safe range damage. And for cleave or like mid to close range, you can use grenades.
That's true.
But on range, auto attack can't be replaced on the rifle. Also, overcharge is so good. I can't stop saying it. Like overcharge is best skill.
I mean, like you say with the rifle, I mean, it's going to be difficult to replace that. I think you're right. I mean, the hammer build feels like it's going to be more of a, you know, it could be like a far push build, something like an elementalist that's going to go and, you know, cap a node and be able to hold it in a 1v2 or something like that. You know, Fanta far build. Which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Because there's that celestial elixir gun horrible thing which does a lot of, well, it does ridiculous regeneration. It does some nice damage as well with Condi through Celestial as well. It's Elixir Gun. Is it Elixir Gun's Flamethrower and something else? I didn't play it and I haven't seen it because I came up against it and it just angered me.
Honestly, I think Elixir Gun is only good like in 1v1 situations.
Okay.
Because Jews have so many possibilities.
Yeah, that's the situation I was in.
You can set up skills, you can heal for allies, you can also safe res allies with this, where if you just like round them with the slick shoe and you just rush them. There's so many uses to Elix slick shoes. Just amazing.
It's pretty damn good, man.
Yeah.
Especially like with rapid regeneration, I just really like that because the difference in heal between swiftness and super speed, like the base there, like 105 and then almost 500 heal every second. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, if you stun break, oh my god, like you just regen
exactly
like half of your HP instantly.
It just works so well. So a question here, I'm going to change your build for a second. So I'm going to change alchemy, and I'm going to change it to tools actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go reactive lenses. I'm going to go streamline kits, and I'm going to go kinetic battery, right? So you've used your stun breaker, and you've got, you know, what's the call? There is no ICD. You've used your stun breaker with slick shoes. Okay, for a start, actually, because we got swiftness through streamlined kits, what rune would you go for if you went for tools instead of alchemy?
Probably pack, to be honest.
Okay, let's change that. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, pack. Reasons?
More damage, just pure damage.
Okay.
Pure damage.
Cool. So with, of course, you know, tools, we get the vigor back from our tool belt skills. You know, with kinetic battery, we get our tool belt skill back as well. So when you've used your slick shoes and you've used that stun break and you evade attack, so if you're in a bit of a dodgy situation, that super speed could come back essentially.
Yes.
That is why I like tools with this build, or with Scrapper. One of the reasons anyway. And also you could get back your detection pulse as well, or, you know, the mower. I still really like Marauder with the Elixir X. Do you think this detection pulse is going to be good enough to replace Elixir X?
Here's how I see it. When the enemy doesn't have a necro, this is the build to go. But if the enemy, like your enemy team has a necro, I would still go for the normal Marauder build just because of the double maul. Yeah. It just screws up necros so hard. For example, it goes into plague form, you maul him. If it goes into death shot, you maul him again. Like it just I would actually say it's like the hard counter in team fights.
Even, you know, against any transform as well, which is pretty much what you're saying. Yes. You know, any NG, Warrior, Rampage, anything that's coming out from these guys. And Warrior might be a little bit... I'm not sure if Warrior is going to be more viable with Berserker. We'll have to wait and see. I'm definitely not the guy to ask about Warrior, but I'm not sure if that's going to be as viable. Maybe, like, I'm not sure if Condi is going to be viable for it at all with Torch. But I still... Elixir X is just like... When casting, like, I don't want people to get rid of it just because it's almost one of the most hype things I cast sometimes, because I keep remembering Chafe, you know, pulling out Elixir X throw. Always say that. And it's beautiful, you know. I mean, you use that. I notice you using that skill a lot. Obviously, I should notice this. But in very, very clutch situations when it's so important. But,
just gotta pray. Just gotta pray.
Just gotta pray.
Just gotta pray. Just gotta pray, please. One go for, I legit had like no rampages, just tornadoes. Was so sad.
Oh god, that's horrible when that happens. Because I can just tell, you know, it's like when you're in a game and you get tornado 3 times in a row. You're like, damn, I'm gonna lose this game. It's just like that RNG luck. How can I just not make this happen?
Honestly, they should change the Elixir X to like maybe maybe to change it to like a massive guy, but not Rampage or not Tornado, just a unique massive guy. You know what I mean?
You just want to turn him from a very small person to a massive person.
Exactly, the reverse of Elixir S.
That would be so trolly.
Yeah.
That'd be awful. Oh, good lord. Okay. I've still got like 25 minutes actually. I don't know. I'm just having a look. I don't know if anyone in chat also has questions about this. My bot is more annoying than Vampirin's. Yes. Oh god, it keeps spamming stuff all the time. See, if you chat more, it won't spam as much. It's just trying to, you know, throw up some stuff. So I'm gonna have a quick look through chat and see if there's any question that people have for like me or you. Oh, Steve from ArenaNet says that Vermillion rock. Good stuff. Hello Zan. Hello Denshi. Hello Alcor. Hello anyone else that I've not noticed. Obviously Catru, thank you for modding. Syndranir, Infantry, Mooncow, load of you guys. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat, guys. Awesome, awesome. Somebody put Scrapper is so and then boring. Like a sleepy face. You're wrong, man. I'm sorry. That trait line is awesome.
It looks really broken. Even I have to say it. It looks like
it's really good.
Celestial Rifle Engineer in the old meta was like the Overlord. Like it could basically fight anything. But I think like this comeback of like the Overlord, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Is that what you want to do with the Elixir S thing? Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
You just want to be invulnerable Overlord, just standing above everyone.
Yeah, man. 1v5.
Argi's just a massive beast. Okay, fine. Can you show us both builds again on each screen so we can shot them? Yes. Okay. Which one was that? Both of Argi's builds? Let me just put it back into alchemy because that was
actually, now that I think about it, you could also take the Stimpack trait and the alchemy trait Grandmaster. Because in the end, this Stimpack trait, because actually,
more damage.
I don't know if I should say it, but it's kind of bugged.
Okay.
It actually heals you for triple the amount it shows.
Wow.
But the guys didn't hear it here. You didn't hear it here, guys.
You didn't hear it here, guys.
Didn't hear it here.
I haven't run Stimulant Supplier for a while, actually. Never noticed. Maybe. Fair play. You heard it here, guys.
Hear it here.
ArenaNet didn't, so don't tell them. I'm joking. You can deal with that information what you will.
But HH is still a good option, in my opinion. Just because you get Elixir B procs and the Elixir S procs more often. So I guess it's more of stealth. What's the word again?
Stealth.
Fuck. Shit. What's the word?
I don't care about swearing anymore. I'm over it.
What's the word?
Me. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, but fuck.
Say the sentence again.
No.
No, never.
Shit.
I'm not doing it.
Oh my god.
Your swearing is getting worse. Welcome to the channel where we swear lots, everyone. Okay, while you think of the word, I'll just show the guys so they can screenshot your build. Here you go, look, your build's getting shown off already. It's not secret. It won't be secret for very long anyway when it comes out. So this is the Marauder build with the Centaur rune. He's going for air and he's going for Sigil of Blood. Sigil of Blood, obviously gaining health yourself and taking health from your opponent. Very, very useful. And then he's going for Explosives, Alchemy and Scrapper there. So he's got sustainability for adaptive armor. He's also going to be able to grab protection from projection, injection, and recovery matrix. And like he was saying before, was saying that, you know, pretty much you're going to have a ton of protection coming out this build. The cooldown there is 5 seconds in alchemy, and then, you know, there's no IC to hit. That's a lot of protection as well. 6 seconds.
Honestly, you could probably run the vigor trait on the Marauder build.
Okay.
But again, it's self-preference. That's the word. Self-preference.
Right. Okay. That's the good thing about this Scrapper line as well, I was going to say. The fact that you know, there might be, even like at the moment, you've got soldiers. Pardon me, I drank my coffee way too quickly. I keep burping. You've got so many. I think there's going to be some versatility here. Like at the moment, people are either going marauders, like they're going ham, or they're going soldiers and they're going mortar kit. You know, there might be this same versatility that we see in Heart of Thorns. Whether or not we will see that with things like, you know, Reaper just being an absolute boss, and Revenant, it's going to be tough for like bursty builds to survive that kind of action unless they obviously destroy them first. But back to this build and what you were talking about. This is the Marauder build, guys. So if you want to screenshot that, he's gone for Slick Shoes toolkit and grenade kit there, as well as going for sneak gyro. Main reason for this is for the destination pulse as well. Sorry, detection pulse destination. It's quite a big radius as well, like 900. That's pretty good. I don't know why it felt like it was bigger than that. Maybe that was just the effect that was happening. But yeah, good sustainability through the rapid regeneration. It's really, really good. So I don't think you're going to have to... So the good thing about this build, and still sticking with rifle, is that you're going to be able to... You're already going to be used to this style of play because you've still got your rifle. It's just going to give you more survivability, right, Argi?
Yes.
Okay.
It just that tools really doesn't have any sustain, but Scrapper just gives everything you ever.
You sound like you're in a dream world, man.
Yes. Oh my god.
You're happy.
I can't wait to play this.
I feel the same, and like I can't wait to play. I'm gonna play Hammer a lot. I really like the stack field. What comes out from this? Let me just quickly bust over the other one and I'll tell you why I like Hammer as well. This was his more soldier orientated rune build, guys, with the pack rune there, with energy and intelligence for the crit, gain some damage there. And also extra damage coming from pack. And then he's gone for, it's pretty similar, but he's going for mortar kit, which is why he's gone for siege grounds for the extra orbital strike, of course. And if you're using, if you're new to Guild Wars 2 and you're new to PvP, or if you're new to anything in Guild Wars 2, if you're going to be running grenades, like, you pretty much need to be running explosives, because, you know, velocity is ridiculous, especially in PvP. You want to have the vulnerability stacking as well. It's just too good a line to not use. Aim assisted rocket as well, good damage. You don't even need to think about it. It's good pressure. So yeah, you need to run that, really. It's just my own personal opinion, and probably the opinion of most people. But yeah, two good builds, man. Definitely solid.
There's also a third build I made, if you want to look at it.
A turret build.
No, a third, not turret.
A third build, okay. Yeah. I was like, man,
no,
it's my job to be trolly and cheesy, not yours. Absolutely no way. Hello Zoso as well.
You got the third build, or?
Was that the the other soldier build?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that up. And guys, this will be available on the channel. And what I might do is I might put it on YouTube, so you can have a look at it on there. And so can Argi.
You got it?
Over? I have got it up. Yeah.
Okay, so this build is like it stacks a lot of might.
Okay.
Change the trait in explosives to shrapnel.
Okay.
The Grandmaster, since we don't run mortar.
No worries.
So this build is heavily based on might stacks. It's actually really awesome. You can also run this with hammer, but I just prefer rifle because reasons. It's like the build that 5 gauge runs, but with major changes like running slick shoes for obvious reasons, and Elixir B just for the more might stacks, which
and Fury as well, yeah.
And Fury, nice. Yeah.
That's nice.
Just massive damage overall. You got also the Elixir X, which you kind of love, I guess.
Man, I just personally, I can't get rid of it just because it's too fun.
Yeah, but I think this build is also going to be really tanky, but at the same time have really good damage, because the thing is with the 5 gauge build, which he runs, it has 0 sustain. Just because he doesn't really have any kind of how to say, HP regen, I guess.
Okay.
Because he doesn't run inventions.
Right.
And he doesn't run well, stuff that actually sustains him.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah.
But he might change that to Scrapper as well.
Yeah, I think this is the build he might run. Like, I don't want to say too much. Might run something else, but I think personally he might run this.
Do you think Slick Shoes is going to be one of those things that people are just going to run? Like, that's going to be the thing again for Engineer, because it's been coming back for a month or so with a couple of people. But do you think this is just going to be, if you go into Scrapper and you're going for rapid regeneration, do you think that, you know, Slick Shoes is going to be the thing to run now? Like, even
Slick
more
Shoes,
useful.
Slick Shoes just is amazing. It can set up so many kills. That's why we also take Slick Shoes because of the trait. It gives you 470 heal per second. Like, let's say you break stun, you're in a really bad position, you break stun, and you instantly, okay, not instantly, but you regen about like 3k health. Probably more because you have regen, and you have your probably your allies healing you as well. But
Yeah,
it just
basic,
alone that, yeah.
What is it? 5 seconds for super speed, like you
Yeah.
say. You're right. Yeah, no, you know, it's like 2.5, 3k almost. Yeah, like you say, there are other passive kind of healing that's going on around you. It's going to be pretty bloody nice.
Really getting fucking nice. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
I really like adaptive armor is so good as well, man. I was just the extra toughness. God,
thing
this build is going to be ridiculous with soldiers.
Right.
Jesus, okay. I just keep forgetting about soldiers, like, because I didn't play soldiers much in the beta. You know, I was going full ham, if I'm honest, and playing Celestial, the very most tankiest as well. But you know, with soldiers, oh my god, you're gonna have so much toughness.
Oh my god, this is good. I hope no one runs this.
Well,
Hope no one runs this.
there's only 350 people that are in the channel at the moment, so that's fine.
Oh my god.
Sorry, guys.
What have I done?
Well, I think, you know, it's a really, really good idea. Yes, Daredevil isn't being... Just trying to have a look and see if we've got any questions. I don't think there is many. Maybe we've gone... Maybe we've actually done quite well and gone over everything. It's actually gone quite quickly as well. Oh yeah, the action camera stuff's good. That's true. That's true. I'm just wondering here if we can have a look at some of these other traits maybe as well. So what do you think about the stability with the gyro? Do you think that's strong enough to really replace like recovery matrix for any reason at all, or?
Well, having 80% protection uptime, nothing can beat that, honestly.
Not really.
Nothing in the world can beat that.
I mean, if you're running Hammer and you want to go for like quite a tanky build, or even if you're quite offensive as well, and you might be, if you're running a gyro, for example, maybe Shocking Speed would be quite good with, say, like Final Salvo, the Grandmaster. So you get the super speed from the lightning field as well as using the blast, the elite finisher through those fields. You'll have like permanent uptime on super speed. Like super speed will just be up a hell of a lot, especially if you're running like Slick Shoes, I suppose. Can you see that kind of combination working, or do you just think that, you know, recovery matrix is just way too good?
Of course, those are possibilities you can run, but honestly, I don't see it being used over recovery matrix. I really don't see any way anyone will actually take that over recovery matrix.
Especially in like high level tier PvP, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, like, it's really obvious like which traits you take. Although on the Scrapper Grandmasters, you have the perfectly weighted trait, which gives you a damage increase in hammer, which we don't care about. But if you evade an attack, it works like kinetic battery. If you evade an attack against stability, which will kinda hard counter NGs in 1v1. For example, you duel someone and you wanna overcharge him, but it's instant skill. You wanna make sure you hit it. So what you do, people would think, hey, I need to random dodge, just overcharge. They will, but the smarter person will think, hey, I'm gonna wait for his random dodge and do it after, do the overcharge after. So basically, you are, okay, sorry for my language, you're mind fucking people.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, completely. Okay, that's actually really good. I didn't think about it in that way.
I only see reason this trait though only if you run a pure 1v1 build. The team scenario or like outnumbered scenario, the adaptive armor is just way, or it's obvious what you take right now.
It's beautiful. I mean, there's good synergy between. This is why I really like the Scrapper and why I think, you know, I feel like they've rejigged things a bit, maybe from when they first started talking about this, but the synergy between the traits between each line is really good. Like even the adepts as well. You know, we've got some nice stuff coming out here. Like when you successfully revive an ally with decisive renown,
Yeah.
or finish an enemy, you gain boons to nearby allies. You gain super speed. You know,
Amazing.
it's just that's going to be ridiculous with rapid regeneration. So even when you get it down, you're going to get empowered even more so off that with that might stacking as well. You know, even to the point where HGH, you know, you might not even have to like a lot of that might just kind of go away in time when you think about the amount of just passive might regeneration you can get through Scrapper and if you run Hammer, for example, which you know that's just up to whoever wants to go for that. But yeah, I'm really liking this trait line at the moment. We've got 10 minutes left. We haven't actually spoken about PG-13. Nah. Maybe I should have put a warning on the
Sorry,
thingy.
guys.
No. I think I swore a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to stick the gyros in just so we can quickly talk about them. Now, obviously PvP-wise, you know, in terms of utility, these aren't going to be great in top tier. Like, not everyone who is watching this channel is obviously top tier PvP. A lot of people just want to run in and play casually and just have some fun with the gyros, right? So what do you think is quite cool about these gyros? Have you played with them much?
I went like the ratingy. I packed the ratingy with like I made some rampager build on the go, just like, you know, just look at the rates, how they work.
Okay.
And I was running gyro, the rolling one.
The blaster.
No, the rolling one, the roll finisher. The one that.
Oh, the whirling finisher. Yeah. Okay. I don't think
So
I've got
basically,
that one.
what I did,
Bulwark. No, that's not the right one.
I had the fire field, and I put that thing on that fire field, which would like proc burning projectile constantly.
Ah, okay. So that was actually I'm actually quite surprised that you said that one out of all of them. Was that quite cool then? That was quite good to use.
Yeah, well, it had a really good condi spike.
Yeah.
But so hard to pull off because enemies, like the boss, keeps moving around, and it's just really hard to pull off.
That's true. And in that first fight we saw, it was quite, you know, yeah. The boss
it was just moving all around. Yeah, it's actually really big DPS loss if it actually moves out of your thingy.
Man, I played that raid was fun, man. So yeah, what I used in PvP actually. I used the blast gyro. I actually really liked using that with like super speed, because it's unblockable with the launch. I just loved it when you had down corpses. I just like launch this thing into the crowd and trying to res my buddy, just like stick that into the fight and just knock everyone back. It was beautiful. It was like having updraft, you know. It was just like boom. I'm resing my mate for sure, and then we're gonna both get out of here. And then I'd use like the sneak gyro. I ran a 4 gyro build, and no one could kill me. No word of a lie. It was ridiculous. I'm not sure how high ranked the games they were because I was on my AA account, but it was just fun to play. It was just, you know, I didn't really have much utility because you can't, if you're going to run PvP and you're going to run full gyros, expect not to have much utility available to you. You've got Condi removal, you know, you've got some well finishes, you've got a knockback and CC, so it's not so bad. And like the stealth gyro is pretty cool because you stealths you and your bots, but obviously not the actual stealth sneak gyro itself. There's some fun things in here. I mean, you can see, you know, it's going to be something fun for people to play around with, like the more casual players probably. And we might see a couple of those being used in PvP. Not the high-end competitive. I don't think everything in Heart of Thorns needs to be like hardcore competitive usage or raiding usage. Because Guild Wars 2 is like a casual game.
The only gyro I see being really used in top tier level is just a sneak gyro, to be honest. It's like, oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god. I would actually really like to know though if the AoE reveal is dodgeable.
Yeah, we need to find that out. Well, we'll find it out in Well, like 3 days. Oh yeah, sunfish. We see what you're talking about. Sneak gyro. We talked about that earlier.
Like, let's
It is.
say, oh my god, it's so amazing. Like, let's say, all right, let's say the game starts,
Yep.
and there are usually spots where you can be sure people stealth up.
Yep.
For example, let's say forest. At the beach, right? People start at the beach, they cross, they do the splits, So basically, if you just go into the beach and pop that reveal, you
Yeah.
already know the split.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Like I was saying before, it's the perfect thing, and you can almost have that fight immediately at the beginning, and you're just like, but you're still stealthed. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be so ridiculous.
what the hell?
Even if it's one guy who's just crossing in stealth, you're just like, there's the Ellie, or there's Fantaram. He's not going far.
Exactly.
You just jump on him straight away. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice. I mean, like with 20 seconds as well, you can always have, not always have eyes on Thief, because even if they're not stealth, they can still get away on like forests quite easily. But it's still, you're gonna have more eyes on stealthing mesmers if they're going to go torch, or if they're going to go with mass invis or decoy or whatever, on thieves, on even engineers if they're using smoke fields, or if they're using elixir S throws. So yeah, I think you're right. It is, and this is what I thought when this was announced as well, that this could be really something that changes the initial split as well, especially if you've got some kind of cross coming. On like Fofire,
Yeah.
with that cross, it's going to be so good because the range is so big and it's in open land, and you can escape if you're on close point. You can just be like, right, there's three guys here. Maybe if I'm at waterfall, I might sustain it. But if I'm not and I'm on quarry, I'm legging it. I'm running away. So there's different options. It's pretty cool. Garden of Fanta, indeed. What a legend.
But you cast a reveal, but you don't get to read yourself. People will know you actually revealed them.
Yeah, exactly. So that momentum, I guess, to a degree, will be completely defeated.
It actually like mind play people with this. They will think, oh, they revealed me. They're gonna jump on me, but then they're gonna play really safe. At the same time, you could also just ignore him and go on another guy, and the guy won't be in range to help the other guy who's getting spiked.
I like how Argi's already got these situations. This is what goes on with these top tier players, guys. They're already thinking about this stuff, which is what I love about it, And we've got our first cast of this, me and Nick, on Sunday as well, which is going to be great. I cannot wait for that to happen, because we've got to try and guess. Revenant's going to be an interesting one. That's for sure.
The thing is, though, Revenant is so vulnerable to hard CC. That's the sad part. And I don't know if Revenant's gonna be good if the enemy has a scrapper because of Slick Shoes, obviously. If you Slick Shoe the Revenant, he's dead. No way he's going out of there.
What about the Shiro? Shiro, with the utility, you can get out some of that CC, can't you?
Yeah, well, if you have a Sunbreak, which is like the withdraw.
Yep.
But if you Slick Shoot, that won't help you.
That's very true. That's very true. He's just going to be withdrawing into something else and just wasting his energy, I suppose. Yeah.
He'll just be like, fuck this game. Fuck this game.
Awesome. Okay, guys, you've got like 3 minutes left to ask questions, but otherwise this stream is pretty much over, because I will host... I think it's
Nerd
Kitten. Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me just see if I can find her channel and make sure she's up and ready to go. Oh god, I spelled Nerd Kitten wrong. How did I do that? But yeah, guys, she's gonna be going over the Druid, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Might check over there for a bit of a watch, but I literally just got back. But before we get unhosted, man, seriously, thank you for joining me today.
No problem.
It's been really appreciated. It's good. It's really, really awesome to get insight like this, especially. And guys, also, I'm going to do... So thank you to Argi for joining me. Thank you to all you guys. I'm going to do a tiny little bit of a shameless plug right now. Below, if you have not bought Heart of Thorns, Then, if you come to my channel, you can purchase Heart of Thorns through the link. It supports myself as a shoutcaster, as a YouTube content creator, and also a streamer here on Twitch, as well as casting and whatnot as well. So yeah, really appreciate that. If you have not got the game and you've been watching this stream, then there's a link for free to play as well, so you can click that. Otherwise, there's loads of stuff below. There's my Twitter, which is @JebDan. There's loads of stuff below, which, you know, loads of fun stuff. You can subscribe and you can have bald head emotes with headphones on them and Bald is Beast and all this kind of thing.
There was a question.
There
was a question
yep.
that if Celestia is viable with this build, and it's viable, but thing is, the role it depends on the role you will take in your team. For example, if your role is to like just decap enemy nodes and hold to 1v2 for really long and just be like this really annoying guy who's really annoying to kill, soldiers is the way to go. But if you want to be the guy who has like good one-on-one capabilities, but also have good team fight damage output, Celestia is obviously the way to go. But yeah, it just depends on the role. Celestia is also really fine with this build.
Yeah. I think you could just literally change like the rune on some of these builds, and you're just gonna have different effects, like really, really good different effects, even with running some of the same traits. You know, it's gonna be fun to see. I really like tools. Tools is something like I've got one of my builds, which I'm just quickly showing now, is Celestial. I actually ran Scholar because I went with the. I originally went with Shocking Speed and getting some super speed off the fields. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to chuck Scholar in here because it was fun. And, you know, it got some quite nice effects with Celestial. Because I had like some nice passive kind of might stacking just for fun as well, you know. But grabbing the, you know, streamlined kits as well, giving me regeneration and kinetic battery. But every single build I've had slick shoes like you know, and also toolkit. If you run toolkit in tools, you know, you get super speed with the activate, of course, from streamlined kits. So that's another kind of option that I thought was quite nice. I just went 2 kits with slick shoes, and I was like, I've only got Elixir X, but I still like Moa, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh yeah. You should run Rune of Fire with firearms. Gives you the most damage on steady NG. Yeah, I mean, the problem with running firearms is that, you know, there's too much. If you run explosives, you've got no room for, you know, the other sustain and your
it's sad. I was really actually sad to see that the IP got moved to Incendiary Powder. Another 3. It just ruins like Celestial like all over.
It pretty much did, right? And it got changed with Thermobrak Detonation.
Then people stopped playing Engineer, like most people, and just rerolled Ellie or something.
Yeah.
There were like only a few people who actually stick to the class.
It was indeed a shame.
Yeah.
And my sad face is real.
Now it's coming back to the prime it was.
Oh yeah. Here we go, man. We're going to be OP again. No, I'm joking.
It's true though.
Okay, I'm just waiting to see if we are rolling over. Also, guys, don't forget to follow the channel as well. Do gem giveaways and stuff, and you get to see people like Argi on a Thursday, maybe, if he comes and plays the weekly. And all these guys. But yeah, I'm gonna host Nerd Kitten as soon as Guild Wars 2 channel stops hosting me. But otherwise, man, again, thank you for the awesomeness that is you for joining me this evening. I'm trapped again. Oh no. We're going to be OP again, boys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we are. Looking forward to it. Not OP. I'm not going to say OP. Here we go. Nerd Kitten has started streaming. Again, thank you everyone. Again, thank you Argi. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
I hope everyone enjoyed my analysis.
Yeah, man, it was really good. It's more insight, you know, than I'm going to be able to bring with my experience of like playing the game, because I cast the game, so I can say what's going to be maybe exciting, how I think builds are going to be. It's nice to know that I have some similar opinions to you on stuff, but you brought some insight to me, so that's really going to help. not only my casting, but I can assume this is going to help the guys in chat as well. So we're going to host Nerd Kitten now. Thanks again, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. Thank you. And thank you, Katru Legend. You're doing a great job in chat as well.